Hey y'all, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome to the community. Discover is a podcast dedicated to self growth, self awareness, and self love. On this podcast, we discuss different topics related to the journey of growing through life and with life, while providing a safe space of friendly transparency for women showing up as their best self. We are here to search, seek, love, and discover. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Discover. So, we're back with another episode. So excited again to be back speaking with you all. Um, so recently we've just been kind of talking about like the year, or I've just been kind of talking about my reflection on the year, where I am, how it's been, moving into a new year. Just celebrated my 23rd birthday, which is super exciting, and which was very, very, very exciting. And also just kind of like transitioning. Every year around my birthday, there's always a variety of different things going on. I feel like a lot of different things. Like I feel like I'm constantly moving, upgrading things, leveling things up, closing things out, starting new things. And that's kind of like reflective of just my birthday being during quarter four. And I don't know if a lot of you are like kind of currently thinking in like the quarter mindset. If not, don't worry. This year is probably like my first year consistently like working through quarters, understanding it, and kind of like speaking through it. It'll probably be more strong next year. So don't worry. And if you want to learn more about that, I would suggest the 12. I want to say it's called the 12 week year. I don't know. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna list it in the caption when I post like the flyer for this episode in the episode notes. That book is really great. I got recommended that book through the eBrand Club with Aaron on Demand. And since then I've been using it. I have like the template in Notion, so kind of like setting my goals there, how I'm gonna get there, and like the big picture and just all of that good stuff. So yeah, we're in quarter four. So that kind of means like it's probably a lot going on for some people, especially my business owners, but also just a lot going on in general. Or it may be the opposite of that. Maybe you're like chilling, winding down. It's the end of the year. You don't feel like doing much. I know sometimes towards the end of the year, after all of the work we've put in, we can sometimes kind of feel drained or, burnt out, which I have experienced multiple times before. So y'all are not alone if you're feeling like that. And I've also been on the side of just a lot of things going on where I just feel like I need to tackle everything, handle everything before the next year, and also start planning for the next year. So that's kind of where we are with quarter four. Let me know how you guys kind of are feeling right now. But I just wanted to really talk to you all just about accepting and kind of appreciating ourselves. So like I feel like when we get to the end of the year, it's kind of like, okay, let's scramble. Let's do all of these different things. Let's plan for the next year. Okay, let's plan what we're about to do in 2023, which is all great. Like we're going to, body 2023. We're going to do great, and it's going to be a beautiful year. But sometimes we do need to like take the time to reflect on the things we have done this year. Reflection is very, very, very important. I'm learning just when you want to look at like the bigger picture, or you want to look at, okay, what have I done? Because when you're able to like see the things you've done and kind of like process your accomplishment or the goals that you've reached, or tasks you've knocked off, it's kind of going to give you like, you're going to be more optimistic, I feel like, and more grateful and like more appreciative of yourself and what you have done, as opposed to kind of like looking at the negatives and things, which I mentioned in my last episode, a quote from Bell Hooks' book. If you missed that, go ahead and check that out. But you kind of like look at the negatives before positives when we're like not taking the time to sit back, process, okay, what have I done this year? Or to reassess where we are with our goals before heading into the new year. So I've just learned sometimes we just have to take a step back, reassess before moving forward. And another example of that is kind of like even with Discover, like before starting season 3, and there was a big gap before I brought Discover back. And it's like, okay, I have to take a step back. I have to look at what I've done with Discover in the first 2 seasons. I have to revisit those things, kind of look at them in bigger picture, look at them and see, okay, what am I going to do differently now? What am I working towards now? What are my top priorities now? Because we just can't do everything at once. That's just not how it's done. We don't even have the energy for all of that. So we got to relax when it comes to things like that. And we as in me too. So don't feel alone. So just really wanted to, speak with you all and let you know, like, it's okay to rest. Like, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to give yourself time, because the more that we rest and prioritize our rest, the better we're able to show up. And it's going to be really important for us to show up as the start of like the new year, because when we have that new year energy, that fresh start energy, some people, or a lot of people, are able to perform better. And we really want to kind of like take advantage of that. But before we get to that, as we are entering in November soon, it's okay to just slow down. And that's like the thing that I really want to stick with you all, is just to slow down, take a deep breath, realize where you are, realize what you've done. And I don't mean just like, oh, I've did this. I mean like kind of like sit down. If you have to journal, if you have to list the things, like the things that you've done or been a part of or been able to accomplish or have been working towards, even if you're still working towards it, like let's reflect on those things and then give yourself, a pat on the back. Give yourself some appreciation. Give yourself, that pep talk you would give a random friend, you would give a partner, you would give a coworker. Like, give yourself those things and really focus on being that person for you, you know? So let's just take a step back and look at what we've done. Let's appreciate ourselves. Let's appreciate where we are. Let's slow down. Okay? I know that's hard to do for some people, including myself, but sometimes we just got to slow down, because when it's time to like, okay, now let's start thinking about what we're going to do in the new year. Let's start actually writing out our goals, writing our strategies to get to those goals, and just, reassess different things around us. It's going to be important for us to know what we've done. And it's going to be important for us more than ever to be present in where we are. Because you can't really try to like plan things and work towards things and do your best and put your best foot forward when your mind is everywhere. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. And I feel like, me personally, when my mind is everywhere, I'm not putting my best foot forward for the things that I'm working on. I'm not like really producing the best thoughts. And, I like to strategize a lot. I like to look at different things. I like to really like let my brain go, and more so confident in my thinking. So when it's a lot of different things going on and I'm not checking in with myself, I'm not centered with myself, I'm not grounded, I don't, I'm kind of like hesitant more so on my decisions. So just take the time to slow down, appreciate what you've done, as I've said, and just remember, like, I don't have to have it all figured out tomorrow. And I'm not going to have it all figured out tomorrow. And if I did, what fun would that be? You know what I mean? So just take your time, breathe. It's Wednesday. Y'all know Wednesdays we have great days. Wednesdays we get new episodes. Yeah. So Wednesdays are great days, and we're just going to continue to progress. We're going to continue to be productive this week, but just make sure you're doing things for you. Add in like what you're going to do for yourself on the calendar. Figure out different ways you're going to reset for the rest of the week as well. And just have yourself, as priority in your head of things that you're thinking about. And set that time aside to really like become one with yourself and think with yourself and really like see like what your thoughts are. Journaling is like very, very great for that, because the more you journal and get into journal every day, you're able to see, okay, what your thoughts are like every single day. And you're also kind of like able to reflect on them, get them out of your head, use them as a release and things like that. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for today. My main focus or main takeaways that I want you guys to pay attention to is just slowing down and appreciating yourself, the things that you've done, reflecting on those things, even if they aren't like the most positive things. I mean, reflect on the things that you've done so you can kind of like process them and move past them. When we're moving around too much, we don't give ourselves the time to process certain things. So yeah. That's all I have for y'all today. So now we'll move on to the song of the day, which I'm excited about because ironically it's pretty old, but I'm just finding out about it. So the song of the day is going to be Ocean Views by Nipsey. I'm starting to listen to this song literally almost every day. So let me know what y'all think. And y'all already know, go ahead and repost you listening to this episode. And then add the song onto it, and then tag Discover with an H and Deja May in it if you would like. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys repost and let me know if you have any thoughts, how you feel about the song, how you feel about your year, reflection. Our DMs are always open. And I look forward to talking with you all next week. That's it for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us for all the fun. Be sure to follow our Instagram page at Discovher Podcast for all updates and continued conversations. Our DMs are always open and we love to talk more with our listeners. See you next week.